When working with and helping people set up a membership site, I often ask, a number of questions. Say, what do you want from your membership site? Well, one is recurring revenue. They like the predictable monthly income every single month, plus or minus a few percent, and waking up on the first of the month knowing exactly how much money's going to come in. That is the great benefit and lure of a membership site. After that, people want to get great results for their members, and you can't get your recurring revenue without getting great results for your members. Then we need to keep our members. Obviously, we can bring them in. We'd like them to stay around. We don't want like a hole with a bucket with a lot of holes in, pour the water in, which is the members coming in and they just flow out the bottom. So we need to keep our members. And then as people who have higher price products, services, programs, you'd like a natural way for people to raise their hands, your members, to say, hey, I'd like to work with you further in your masterminds, your VIP days, your group coaching programs, come to workshops. So a membership site that recurring revenue, gets results for members, keeps those members, and has a natural upgrade path is what people ideally like in a membership site that we've worked with over the last 20 plus years. So one of the biggest concerns people have is, how do I put the membership site together? So let me share my screen and go to the whiteboard. So when working with people and saying, what is holding you back starting a membership site, it's because they're quite often confused and overwhelmed. Confused as in, what do I put in my membership site? How do I put it there? How much stuff do I put in? And overwhelmed as in, oh my word, look at all these moving parts that I need to do. So from confused and overwhelmed, we like to get people to be clear and confident. So clear of what the membership site is going to do for them, clear what the membership site is going to do for their members and the result that it's going to get them, and confident in the delivery of what they're putting together will get the result for their members and will help them achieve the goals that they've set out. Now, to do that, we use systems in our membership site. We use a various number of systems depending what we're looking to achieve. And to go from confused and overwhelmed to clear and confident, we use a delivery system. Now, the delivery system we use has three parts. The first one is putting together a successful membership structure. So we know what's going in the site. We know what the site is going to do for our members, the result it's going to get them. We know what support they're going to get. We know how we're going to interact with our members. The second one is a strategic retention content. So how are we going to welcome our members in? What are they going to see when they first join? What information, what content are they going to get on an ongoing basis? What training vault or library of content will they see to keep them in? And the next part is an upgrade path. So the upgrade path is a natural progression for your members who are ready to say, hey, I'd like to work with you further in other programs that you have, masterminds, VIP days, workshops, whatever higher price products, services or programs you have. We have a natural upgrade path for people to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm ready to work with you further. So let's try and break this down. Let's look at how to put together a successful membership structure so you don't feel confused and overwhelmed, and your members are clear on what they need to do, and you are confident in what you are delivering to your members. So when putting content together for your membership site, let me come off the shirt at the moment. Many years ago, you probably heard the term the Netflix style membership site, where everything was put into the library, lots of different trainings, and people are left to get on with it and away you go, because memberships were fairly new back then. Today, that membership model isn't completely dead. It's not the most successful that we've seen when working with our clients and in our own membership sites. What's working today is having a membership site which has a specific outcome that your members achieve. And let me go back to the whiteboard. So if you think about putting your membership content together, you will have your prospect who wants to achieve something. They want to Lose weight, find love, grow their business, learn something. Okay. You will have a toolbox of skill sets that you already have, especially as a coach or a trainer or consultant, that you pull those tools out specific to what your client needs help with. And you take them through a series of steps to reach the point over here where they're dead happy and they've got the result they're looking for. Now, you cannot cram everything that you know into a membership site, but what you can do is create a membership site on part of what you do or know and put together a pathway for them to get the result on that specific part of what you do. Another way, simple way, if you've got an audience, is go and ask your audience, what are they struggling with? What do they need help with? So let me give you an example. We work with a coach who works with Facebook ads, and they help them get their Facebook ads set up in lead generation, and then they can upgrade to more help and support from them, but they put together the lead generation. Men 50 plus lose weight and get fit without the gym. So they have a program which helps them lose that first bit of weight. So they go from X to Y or A to B, and they get that result, and then they want to work with them further to keep the weight off, get fitter, etc. So whichever market you are in, you will have a skill set with a set of tools that you use to help people get a result. Look at what your members need help, your clients, your customers, your prospects need help with, and put together a program that takes them from A to B and B getting them the results. Now, why is this different from a course? Because that's how courses work. You take them from A to B. Now, in days gone by, you could sell a course, off you go, ta-ra. Today, people are looking for help and support along the way. And the great thing with a membership site is you can do that in one environment. So let's go back here. So with a membership site, what we're looking to do is we need to find out what the outcome is that we want our members to get. We look at the content that we need to help them to get that result. And then we look at the support they will need along the way on that journey to get the result. Now, with a course, you send them through those steps. With a membership site, we can give them ongoing help and support to help them reach those steps, plus an important part of a membership site is we're not only giving them the steps to achieve the outcome so they know what to do. As they spend their time in our membership site, we can help them increase their confidence. Now, we increase their confidence in themselves, but we also get them to increase their confidence in you as a person who can help them get the result that they are looking for. So we do that through the support, through the Q&As that we may hold throughout the month and the community that they have access to within the membership site. Now, with a Q&A, the Zooms, what I don't want people to do is think, oh my word, I'm going to go live every single day in the community. I'm going to hold 3 Q&As a week. No, that will burn you out. And again, it will overwhelm your members. You could go live once a week. Sorry, you could have your Q&A once a week. Once every 2 weeks is very popular and works very well. You could even go and hold your Zoom, your Q&As or webinars, whichever way you want to deliver your Q&As once a month. But this all supports, not just the content to help them get them to the result they're looking for, but the confidence increasing in themselves and the confidence they have in you as the membership owner, the leader, the coach. So once we have the content mapped out, what do we want them to do when they reach the end of that content? Well, they have a number of options that they can do. First of all, they could actually leave. People do leave membership sites. It will happen. People who leave will come back as well. They could leave. They can remain a member and still have access to the Q&A support calls on the content within your membership site. And a number of them will upgrade. They'll upgrade to your other products and services. So what do we need to do to have people go through the content, get a result, and upgrade or remain members? Why should somebody remain a member once they've gone through all that content? Well, we use strategic retention content. Okay, this is content outside of the how-to and the steps to help them get the result. This is content that goes out to your members to help them, A, get the result they're looking for, connect deeper with you, and show them the path to upgrading when they are ready. So strategic retention content starts right at the beginning when people join and they see your world-class welcome. Your world-class welcome will have a warm welcome. They'll welcome them into site, remind them what a great decision they've made, remind them what the future is going to look like. We also set great expectations so they know what to expect on day 1, week 1, month 3, month 6, month 12. It sets the expectations that this is the journey they're going to be taking with you. It's not a one and done. It's not in for a week and leave. It's a journey they take together with you to get the result they're looking for. And then a world-class welcome contains what I call winning ways, a quick win. It sets them off on the right path so they see a win within that first day, preferably within the first few hours of seeing your site. I always smile when one of the people I was working with in the declutter environment, and they had a membership site together, and their quick win was saying to people, right, this is the way, this is what I want you to do, is go and tidy your knife and fork drawer, in the kitchen. And they gave them how to tidy their knife and fork drawer, what it needs to look like, and then asked them to upload a photograph to the community. That was a quick win. Somebody who needs help decluttering, right, believe it or not, a tidy knife and fork drawer when they've never had one is a great win for them. So your strategic retention content starts with a world-class welcome. And then it continues. Strategic retention content becomes into your Q&As and your community. Your strategic retention content keeps reminding people you're the expert. It demonstrates your authority. It makes connections with the people in your membership site. It challenges them. It inspires them. It motivates them. Yeah, this is what your strategic retention content does. And it goes out to them in emails, in the posts in the community, in the Q&As that you hold. Now, the strategic retention content always should remind people that they can upgrade. Now, you talk about your upgrade programs in your emails, in the Q&As, in the communities. Mostly ways it's subtle. You can talk about people that you're working with, or you can talk about the program that you have. And sometimes it's a direct ask. Direct ask of, hey, if you're interested in working with me in name of program, drop me a message, book a call, send me an email. Whichever way you want people to reach out to you, you can have it subtly and direct to say, hey, if you're ready to work with me, here's how you do that. Strategic retention content, world-class welcome, your content that goes out in your emails to members and in the Q&As and the community as well. Now, why would people remain a member if they've been through? Even if you have great retention content that makes connections and people love being in your group, us humans have this need for seeing something new. It's why people will buy 10 training programs of the same thing, because they're always looking for that bright, shiny object, that's something new. Now, we don't want them to leave. We want either people to upgrade, but if they're not ready to upgrade, we'd like people to stay within our world, in our membership site. Well, throughout the month, we can create, throughout the time with you, we can create content that goes into your vault, into your training library. Now, this content can be released monthly, once per month. It could be every 2 months. I like to see it once per month. Now, the content, what it should do and works best is when it supports the main content. So where do you get this content from? Where do you get the ideas from? Well, the ideas can come from your own members. Your members will be asking questions about the steps they're going through. And if there's a gap or it needs clarifying, you can create a piece of content that you can release that month that supports that step. That's where your members are feeding you the ideas to create that content. It could come from other clients that you're working with outside of the membership. It comes from your own knowledge. So over time, your library, your training vault will build up. Now, I would recommend that whenever people join, they get access to everything. Don't try and drip it out. Don't try and hold things back and think, okay, they may join, download everything and leave. Some people will do that. Most people won't. But over time, your library here of Vault, your training vault, your library of information and workshops will build up over time. So if you released one a month, in 12 months time, you're going to have 12 pieces of content, 12 mini workshops in your training vault. That is what will help people stay members who aren't ready to upgrade at this point. Now, again, with these mini trainings, with your monthly content drops, they should contain your strategic retention content, which, hits these hot buttons and also encourages people to stay a member and to upgrade when they are ready. So we've talked about in the membership that we wanted a membership site that gave us recurring revenue, got great results for our members, and had a natural upgrade path for people to follow when they're ready to say, hey, I'd like to work with you further. So have we achieved that? So we talked about how to put content together in a step-by-step format that gets a specific result. And we have to ask ourselves, what's the outcome that we're going to get for our members? What's the content we're going to put together to get that result for our members? And what support are we going to give them? Now, at the end of working through that, they do have a choice. They can leave, they can remain a member, or they can do the logical thing in our mind, which is, hey, I'd like to work with you further. People who remain a member, they remain a member because of the connections that we make with them. We create an environment which they feel safe in. It's an environment of like-minded people. It inspires them and it motivates them. We do that through our retention content. And the content that we deliver on an ongoing basis, we don't want to be delivering too much, which will overwhelm us and our members. We want content that will help them get the result they're looking for and satisfy that human need for what's next, what's new. So on a monthly basis, we can release content. So now we have a successful membership site which delivers on the promise that we've made them, keeps our members in, and has a natural upgrade path for them to say, hey, I'd like to work with you further. If you have any questions on that, please post them below the video. I'll be delighted to help you out. And if you've got any queries about how we work with people and help people create membership sites that do exactly what we've just talked about, drop me a message and I'll be delighted to send you the information on how we do that. I'll speak to you soon.